this is Dina. Welcome to my channel. It's been a while I haven't posted a real video, but if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have gotten Ohuhu, I think that's how you're supposed to say it, markers, and I was asked to show the swatch of those colors. So guess how many colors we have dry in this package before you finish the video, and let me know if you were right or not if you finish the video, because you will only know at the end. So far I have started swatching by the paper, and as you can see it's quite smooth. It's actually very smooth. I had Copic markers and they dried pretty fast, so I'm hoping this one, and from the reviews it shows that those markers might be lasting a bit longer, so you will be testing that. Also in the tests here, I'm only swatching, I'm not blending any of the colors yet. I will be doing that separately while I'm testing coloring with them. So they start with the yellows and oranges, and I am quite impressed with the texture and how it feels going on paper. So I got this package on Amazon. I believe that the whole thing was around $120. I'm not sure. I'm in Canada as well, so it might be cheaper for you wherever you are. They are pretty fast, and the colors, as you saw in the beginning, they were all over the place. They are not really separated, so I tried to separate them to my best knowledge. Now I got these because I'm lately into drawing with markers and coloring with markers, and I am exploring the blending. So that's why from the reviews I saw that Ohuhu was really good, and everybody was saying how good they are as markers, and that how smooth they are and how vibrant. And I can testify to the vibrant. So right now I'm just using regular, I'm sitting in the natural light and an actual ring light just for the other angle. So this is pretty natural light, and you can see how vibrant they are. I circled the dull yellow because it looked more like a gray brown to me. Let me know what you think, because for me it wasn't as much as dull yellow as a gray brown. So some of the colors also, the name doesn't apply to the color, so it says one thing but the color on the paper is different. Also make note that the swatch papers that Ohuhu sends with the package are obviously they seep through, but they did send that plastic divider so you can put under your paper so the colors don't seep through on the next page, which is brilliant. However, I know from videos and from playing with markers before that each different paper changes the color. So when you get a color markers, it's always best to try on different papers and see what are the colors like for you. So I will be trying it on my drawing pad, markers drawing pad, and I will see if the colors correspond to the same pigment that it shows on the Ohuhu papers, just for me. So this is very important because also sometimes it shows with different pigmentations on the different papers, and that can ruin a kind of a degree, the variation of the colors you want to use. I'm not very good with explaining this. I'm pretty sure someone maybe can write it better in the chat or in the response to the video, but yeah, I'm still so excited about these colors because I love the pigmentation and the depth of each colors and how fluid they are. So it feels super smooth when you do it on paper, like really smooth. I was getting cross-eyed picking out the codes from the package, pouch, whatever, so that's why I was taking them out, putting them on the side, and trying my best to speed this up, but it took me about an hour and something. So I condensed the video into 14 minutes. I could have condensed it faster, but I figured it would be a little bit nauseating for the speed. I don't know how to explain that. So I do really very excited using this. Not like, I'm not very good with voiceovers either, as you can tell, but I'm very excited using them. When I posted on my Instagram that I got this, everybody, like a few people messaged me of how much fun they're having with their hoo-hoos, and that they are enjoying using them for the various art projects they're doing. And some people were telling me how much they're better than Copics, or almost close, or they prefer Copic markers, but we all know that Copic markers are quite expensive. So I think, like, I am in Canada, and each Copic marker can be about between $5 and $7 at least for one color. So having 160 colors for $120 Canadian, that's pretty awesome actually when you look at the price per color. So anyway, going back to the coloring, well, I was a little bit also surprised that in the page you're going from yellows to purples and then to like yellows again or red. So, but it's not really. However, that's why I'm very interested to try on different paper to see if this will be the same case. The reds are quite vibrant too, but when they're dry too, they're still vibrant. They don't look chalky or matte. Well, they are matte, but they are vibrant pigmentation. So I'm keep saying vibrant. I'm quite impressed with that. With the thing. Oh, by the way, the thing underneath was the little heart, my little cloth there under, that's me that did it. So obviously I kind of do quite a few hobbies. So one of them is cross stitching. So I like that too. So now I got into the blues, and I was like, wow, this blue is so good. And I had enjoyed so much the swatching. Actually, I'm more eager to use them than just the swatch. So I was going through, and I noticed that sometimes when you open the cap, there's a spray of color, so you have to be careful when you open the cap and when you close the cap. I don't know how it sprays. Maybe it's just because it's full of color, but yeah, it sprays. So you will see here and there a couple of dots maybe on some of the colors, but that's because I opened the cap, it sprayed, and I saw it only afterwards. Oh, it's 168 colors, not 160. Sorry about that. So yeah, what else? Let me know what you think if you have used Ohuhu markers already. If you use a different markers, I know some people are using the Karen markers. I have not used that yet, but it's quite expensive to get those in Canada, so I'm not even attempting it yet. Kinda trying to save money while having hobbies in the same time. However, I do have quite a bit of a hoard of stationery, so I have to be very careful where I buy, because I keep buying stuff and I'm not using them as much as I would like to, which is not a good thing. So you have to make sure you're using them before you will use them when you buy them, because unless you're a stationery hoarder like me. So let me know if you are. We can be buddies. I would love to meet other stationery hoarders. And stationery hoarders, I am including agendas, notebooks, drawing materials, drawing pads, colors, watercolors, markers, pencil colors. Actually, this is my first marker package in a long time, so I'm not going to include that. Notepads, papers, washi tape, stickers, I can go on. So if you're that kind of person, just let me know, because I think I met a few people like that on Instagram. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so. I'd really appreciate it, because then we get to chat. So I'd like to chat with people on Instagram, and share, like notes together. And here we are. This is the first one that was actually dry and very disappointing, you know. So I put it aside because I will try to email them and see if I can get that one color replaced. But if not, that color was actually turquoise ink blue, and it seems that if I blend the blue gray and the other blue grays, I might be able to get it, because I do have different blue grays. The other thing I also noticed that the name of the marker doesn't necessarily mean that this color is different, because there's a few colors who looks almost identical, and especially when it goes into the dark colors. So the dark colors like the marine blue, turquoise green, and deep green, they almost all look the same. Only when you look at the lightest version of the color you can see the difference. So I will probably see this more when I'm blending colors, and later on in the grays there's at least 5 of them that looks identical. So I will have to see when I am using the colors into a drawing or project if really there is a difference or not, and I will be trying to use them on top of a lighter base to see if they come out different as well, or it doesn't matter, because that would be disappointing if they are really pigmented the same way. I mean, like, I still have a bit of doubt because I haven't blended it, but if you have that same package or those colors and you have used them, let me know. How did you feel about it? Did you also have colors that look the same to you, or they actually not the same? So if you look like the GY8 and the GY42, one is petit pois and one is bronze green, but on paper they look the same. So I was like, okay, that's another one. So I have few like that. So yeah, that's one thing I also will be checking. However, overall in the swatch, I noticed that the paper they give, even though it's a very thick paper, I mean, like, it feels like at least 120 drawing paper, the colors seeped through. So it was a good thing to use the plastic they had given with the package. There's also a little booklet in the package that explains the colors and talk about Ohuhu that I forgot to show on camera, but it's inside there too, and it's separated in 6 sections, so you get to actually separate your colors. Not sure what else to say. I think I'll be keeping these papers for references because it shows what pigmentation of the color, and I will use that once I am using the colors for drawings. So overall, sorry, I was just taking a sip of tea. Overall, I liked doing the swatch. It was quite a work, and some of the colors didn't make sense to me. And on the last line, the blue gray 9, I did not receive blue gray 9. I had an NG09, which is not on the paper. So I guess I got a neutral gray instead, which is fine. But I mean, it still looks like the green gray, other neutral gray 7, neutral gray 9, and neutral gray 6. They all look the same to me, and they look almost as dark as the black. So if you see the same thing, let me know so I don't feel like I'm only seeing these colors. And if you watched this far, you know that I only had one dry color. I didn't have any more than that. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, follow me on Instagram, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.